Flosstube number 5. Today is February 12th, maybe Wednesday. And I feel like it's been forever since I've been here, but I think it's been 5 weeks. I worked on a bunch, but it also doesn't feel like much. It's very, very weird. I've done a ton in the last 5 weeks. I think that's why it feels like a bunch, but not much because it's been chaotic. But I'll show you what I have. Hopefully I don't forget anything. If I do, I'm sorry. If I repeat anything from the last video, I'm also sorry because that's where we're at. Chaos. I have notes, but I don't know how good they are. Have my 2 planners. Also, don't know how good they are, but I try to use them. It's fun. And let's get started. Oh, the first thing I want to start with is Sambrie's Stitches over on Instagram for her birthday. She did a giveaway of things she received from Fat Quarter Shop, and I won a whole bunch of quilt patterns. And the main reason I was like, oh, I want that is because I wanted this. Isn't that the cutest quilt? It's a Lori Holt pattern, Farmyard Friends, and I love it. So that was in there. Then there's this cute Valentine Hearts one. That one looks like it'd be pretty easy to do as well. Then there was some paper piecing, or no, what is that what it's called? Oh yeah, foundation paper piecing things to make woven stars. And I like this one too. It's Flower Stand Quilt by Kim Deal. And this one's adorable too. It reminds me, it's kind of like, I guess it's her series, I don't know, but the Quilted Witch, the Quilted Snowman, Quilted Farm Girl. Maybe that's all she has so far, but they're cute too. So I received those. Thank you, Sambrie's Stitches. I'm going to link her Instagram down below so you can follow her if you're not already. And what next? Oh, I released 2 brand new charts. I know I showed them last time. And then re-released another one in the better printed format. I re-released Springtime Memories. Maybe I can show it to you. I think it's in this bag. A bag of finished, but not fully finished. Oh yes, here's Springtime Memories. So my plan for it is to make a pillow. It's a little bit larger for a pillow, but I think it'll be cute still as a little bit bigger pillow to have in with all my other stuff. And then the 2 brand new ones that I have shown before. One, this is the Antique of Sarah Brooks. Very, very glary, I'm sorry. The model I stitched is tiny, like that big, and it's on display at the attic right now. But that's the Antique, and it normally hangs on the wall behind me here. And then there was Agnes Smith. She stitched this in commemoration of Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee in the year 1887. I love this one. It is simple, but like what a great story with Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee. It uses only 3 colors. I'd say a medium red, a dark red, and a golden color. And it's just very, very neat. I listen to this channel on YouTube called The People Profiles, and they do, it's just a bunch of historical history, like podcasts, I guess is what you'd call it. And the guy has this super nice accent that's really nice to go to sleep to. So I just listen to it every night. I've listened to every episode probably 5 million times, but he has a good one on Queen Victoria. She had an interesting life. And then this one, I did frame and finish it myself. So as you can see, I have these nice, beautiful, not very straight, wavy lines here. The fabric isn't super taut. The back is just the cardboard that came in the frame. And then I ever so neatly shoved my linen in there, folded the little doodads down. Oh, before I did that, I scotch taped the linen just so that it would fit in there nicely, but not too nice. So I scotch taped it, you know, with just tape from the Dollar Tree. And I didn't worry about the corners. They poke out. You can see them on the wall still sometimes when it's facing this way. Up against the wall, you can see those little dog ears flapping out. So if you'd like me to do a finishing tutorial, I am game. Just comment below what you'd like me to. Oh, and I don't even worry about closing all the little flippy doodads. You know, some minor details. They are, in the grand scheme of things, do they really make a giant difference? So we have now fully finished this piece, and I can put it back on my wall. But again, if you would like a finishing tutorial on this, just let me know and I will show you exactly how to get this kind of beauty for your samplers. Okay, those are the releases. Oh, the next model, I'm just going to show you this one. I'm nowhere near finished, but I love it. I can't wait to get back to it as soon as I finish 2 other models. This is Jemima Rushford. She is an antique stitched, oh, I have no clue what year. Stitched some year when she was 9 years old. My favorite thing is that funny little bird. And then there's a red house. I still don't know how people research these to find all kinds of information. So I need to reach out to some people and see if they can guide me in the correct direction to see if I can't find Jemima Rushford and see if maybe, you know, that red house, is it just something she stitched, or is it maybe a barn or something near where she lived, a schoolhouse? I don't know. But I'd like to find out some more about her. And like, if that age, I'm assuming it's accurate, 9 years old, her stitching is good. Like, she had a few wonky spots where, you know, she'd go like 1 thread on the top of her X and then 3 at the bottom, or skip a linen, or do 3 on top, 3 on bottom, things like that, but not many. And her border is near symmetrical. Like, it was just 1 or 2 stitches off on 2 of the corners. So that was pretty, I was impressed with her skills. Oh, and let me show you, here's what, you can't see all of it, but I have the bottom border complete. I think I have all the leaves on the bottom, so then I came back up here to finish adding leaves and then the little berry flower things on there. And this scroll frame, I think I got it for like $8 or something like that, super on sale at Michael's. And it's the worst thing I've ever tried to use. It was so frustrating getting that. My silks just fell, I'm sorry. The worst thing trying to get my linen in there tight, trying to neatly, straight. I wanted to throw it. And then I bought this silly, like, maybe some of y'all know how to use this thing, but it is the wonkiest, wobbliest stand I've ever used. I think it was like $30 at Michael's, and it absolutely aggravated the bejesus out of me. So what I do, I'm not taking this out of the scroll frame until I'm finished, but I just put batting right here and I clip it, I tighten it into my Patoki lap stand. And that works decently. It's much better than that crazy frame, or stand, I mean, from the wonky wobbly one from Michael's. So I 10 out of 10 would not recommend either of those, though it's working for me, and it was super cheap option, because holy cow, can the scroll rods and frames be expensive for the nice neat ones that I see some of y'all using. Okay, next, let me look at notes, right? That might help. Oh, so, okay, so my last video, if I wrote it down right in my calendar, was like January 3rd. Since then, I have started 8 new projects and finished 3, so that's not bad. But I have 8 new starts. 2 were a start and a finish. Let's start with those. I started, whoa, this came in, I think it was a holiday box from Fox and Rabbit, or it might have just been a special edition box. I don't know. This is the sampler, Elizabeth Cheevens. This is not what I finished, but that's the coordinating sampler that goes with this pinwheel. The Elizabeth Cheevens pinwheel. So, and I think, I don't know if we got to pick our linen size or not. So I don't really know what linen size this is. It's probably 36, if I had to guess. Is that in focus? So it's teeny tiny, but it's still a finish. Now I need to fully finish it, and in the box it came with everything, like the wood round thingy to put it on, the batting, the little pins, and backing fabric, all the stuff. So that's a cute little one. And this sampler, the model's on display at the attic. It is gorgeous. Like, it is pretty. And you know, we all know it. The pictures on the cover don't do any justice to the actual sampler. And this one is like, that picture, I'm like, yeah, that's neat, good job, like, it's very pretty. But when you see it in person, you're like, oh my gosh, like, I need more hours in my day, and I need to be able to stitch faster, because that one is amazing. And I think it's for sale everywhere, so call your Needleworks shop or go stop by if you have a local one and you can get it, because it is pretty. Okay, so that was Elizabeth Cheevens. My next start and finish was a cute little guy on this great big chunk of fabric I have. This is 36 count fragile from Needle and Flax. And I just keep this blanket in a bag of patriotic smalls. And I just keep, you know, doing more on it. So the one I started and finished since the last time I saw you was Flag Flock. It's Flag Flock Sheep Keep, and it's part of, it's one of the trios from Plum Street. The hen, no, the sheep, the three sheep. Maybe that's what it's called, Flag Flock. I don't know. But either way, I'm not doing the 3 sheep. I was going to do this one on like 46 count to make it itty bitty to give to my mom as a scissor fob, but 36 count I can do at school while I'm there with the kids, without light and with just my regular reading glasses. So I just did it on 36. And then I have one finish that isn't a start and finish. It's one I started back in December, but I did finally finish Prairie Schooler Santa 1999. And this again, I'm also keeping just the whole fat quarter of fabric in my bag. And I'll start another Santa on it at some point. And these patriotic ones, I'm not using the called for colors. I just have a ring of colors I like in here that I pull from as I get to them. Oh, and then I guess since I have this out, I can show y'all. I've also been working on Freedom Berry. Is that one? Sweet Freedom Berry, maybe? From Erica Michaels. I'm almost finished. This is 1/1 the words. So that says Sweetland, and over here it says Of Liberty, and then there's a few little motifs that I need to finish, and then that will be complete. And then, when was Super Bowl Sunday? The 8th? Like just this past Sunday. I started with Tara Sullivan. She does a Super Bowl thing each year. I don't know when our first year was. It might have been last year, but last year was the Super Bowl stand-up or whatever she called it. I don't remember the hashtag, but everyone worked on like one of the goodness stand-ups, either the Stacey Nash Animal Crackers or stand-ups, just some type of stand-up. This year it was 250th kickoff, I believe is the hashtag. But so we all worked on something patriotic. I pulled from my bag because in my bag I also have just a ton of patterns to pull from. I pulled out a new pattern. I picked Freedom Pin Roll from Plum Street Samplers. And again, on this, I just pulled from that ring of floss I have. So then they'll all, one, I don't have to buy more floss than necessary. I just have them right there, what I need. And they all coordinate nicely, like all the colors. I don't have some that are super bright and some super muted and whatnot, you know. So that was fun. I enjoyed that. Okay, so that's all my finishes, my 3 finishes, which included 2 of my new starts. Then let's see what next. I guess let's just open this, see what's in here. I don't think either of those are a new start. Let me guess. Oh, you know what? I might. Oh, one of my other new starts is a model. That's also another reason I feel like I haven't accomplished much. This model, I've been working on it now for I think 10 days straight, which is unusual for me because normally I work on something like I'll work on like 5 projects in one day, no problem. And I enjoy that. But here's the bag that model goes in. I can't wait to show you the model, but it is for an exclusive box that someone is putting out, and I don't have her permission yet to share any of the details, so I will hold off on that just because I don't want to, you know, mess things up for her and mess up the surprise that she has for you guys. But I can tell you, I love it. It's just another of my favorites. Like my very top favorite I've designed is 1776 Liberty Eagle. And this one is on track to be my second favorite as far as original designs. So it's a good one, which does you no good right now, right? You're like, great, keep telling us about it and don't show us a thing. I'm sorry. Oh, so Jemima Rushford that I just showed you too, that was a new start. I don't know if I mentioned that because I don't think I realized when I said that. I just started her at Sampler Symposium, which was January 15th-ish that we went out for that. My mom and my 3 girls and I went out there. My mom offered to keep the girls so I could go to Sampler Symposium, and that was super amazing. And if you ever get to a chance to go, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I don't have many other retreats to compare it to just because it's hard to travel with 3 girls. You know, you got to have someone who can watch them, and everywhere I go, I take my girls. We don't do anything without each other, and they love going to these things. They cross stitch. I'll show you their whips here later on too. But so it's hard to go to retreats. So I don't have many to compare it to, but I assume all the others are the same. If you can go to a retreat with Needleworks Press, Vicky, she's amazing. Hands Across the Sea, Nicola, was beyond amazing. Her ability to tell a story and teach about these samplers is top notch. If you can go to her retreats, like I want to go to Swindon. I don't fly either, which also makes retreats hard. I don't fly, but I'm like, I would find a way to fly to Swindon if I could. Who else? Oh, Tabby Cat. She did a really good one too and was super fun to listen to, and just her knowledge was very nice. Then, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting. Was it the Whitney Antiques lady? Oh, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but she was, again, fascinating. I love history. Like I said, I listen to history all night, every night. And the more I can learn, the better. And learning about samplers is just, it's incredible if you're like me. Some of you might be like, wow, that sounds pretty boring. But for me, learning about the samplers was more exciting than like getting the new kit and getting this and getting all your fun goodies. You know, like I love those because who doesn't love to add to their stash? But the actual lectures are truly what that retreat was about. It was good. So I guess since I got off on sampler symposium, let's dive into that. None of this will be in super order. It'll be kind of mishmash because, again, it's been like 3 weeks and, yeah. Okay, so Vicky, Needlework Press, and Megan, I believe they're our very first presenters. They did a presentation on this little doodad. I forget what she called it, but no one was really sure what it was. It's, oh man, I don't have a picture of it even. Well, it was this, oh, here's a picture. Okay, so it's this little thing right here. Do you see that? It's four-sided and has a top, and each side has some type of needlework on it, embroidery, very pretty, very cool, very old. And then it sits like on a, sorry, I was probably just wobbling like crazy, huh? It sits on like a candlestick looking type base thing. Can you see it? There you go. I think that might be the printed one we got. That's the original up there. What is it? Who knows? Super duper cool is what it is. And so what Vicky and Megan did is they took photos of it and had it printed onto this fabric panel so we could recreate our own. And somewhere, I think that's probably what I also heard fall on the floor. They also gave us a little base to stain and set it on. We sew this together, stuff it, and we can have a recreation of the original doodad. So that was super cool. I will make that to put up here some, well, it's really full. I'll find a spot for it on my bookshelf. In addition to that, they took one of the sides of that thing and charted it into cross stitch. And I don't have an actual picture of the cross stitch that's like big, but see the bird there on that box thing? That is what they charted for us. And I started it while we were there and I've worked on it a little bit since. I am making one slight change to the bird. Its back is charted in green, but I'm going to make it a little bit mine, and I thinking about doing like a grayish blue back for the bird. But stitching it on 36 count, dark something, I don't recall the fabric, using Soie d'Alger. These are so soft, so fluffy, so luxurious. I love them. And they do really well on 36 count too. Like my 36 count patriotic pieces, it's a little, the stitches are kind of sparse, I guess would be the word I want, which I don't typically like. But like I said, that one I'm dealing with it because I can stitch on it while I'm at school. But this one, the 36 count fluffy soft silks, fill it up quite nicely. Oh, and they presented it all in this envelope. Isn't that cool? It's a, I think she said keep an eye out for it. This one might be coming. I don't recall exactly, so don't take my word for that, but maybe that's just my wishful thinking because I like it, and it has a cow, big old cow right there. Oh, that's all the stuff I showed you, the fabric panel and whatnot, and a little thing to clean our glasses of her new eagle chart. What's cool about this, on eBay, I'm not made of money, so I couldn't get it, but the paper chart, like the actual old, super old from like 1876, was for sale in the glare bugging, but it was for sale in a lot of different old patterns. I thought that was neat. I think that's all about theirs. And Vicky is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your whole life. So is Megan. She's just a lot quieter than Vicky, like me. Like I stand around and wait for people to collect me. I'm not very outgoing. But Vicky talks to everybody. You would think you'd have been her friend since forever. She is one of the nicest people out there. So I always love supporting her and going to events where she is, because she's a good lady. What else? Oh, and let's hop back, because like I said, nothing is in order. So the first night we got there, me and the girls, I think we might have been waiting on like dinner or something. There was like a little restaurant there. And this lady comes up and recognized them and us and introduced herself. Patty is her name. I wish I could remember her Instagram. The Shared Nest, maybe? But you should go follow her. She doesn't post, but she's super fun, so you should follow her anyway. Introduced herself. I don't remember the exact order of events, but one morning she wound up buying, or maybe it was that evening, she bought them candy. So of course they love her. The next morning she packed up a plate of all the pastries and the good stuff with all the fillings and icings on top, and they came down the elevator and got it and took it back up to their room, and the next morning the same thing. So they really loved Patty, and I really loved Patty because, like I said, I'm shy and I wait for outgoing people to like kind of collect me and take me in, and that's exactly what Patty did. She scooped me right on up, and I appreciate that. It was nice. What else? Okay, so we did Patty, Vicky. Let's just grab from, oh, that's stuff I purchased at the attic. We'll get there. I didn't do too bad. I also got to meet Greta from Stitchwork Design. So sweet, just very soft-spoken and just so kind. But she gave me one of her measuring thingies, corner gauge, I think is what they're called. I collect them. I don't actually use them, but I collect them and I set them in my boxes and stuff. So that was very nice of her. And I really enjoy her. She purchased some of the girls' charms, so they were excited about that. Patty wanted to buy some of their charms, so they were excited about that. Country Sampler bought some of their charms, they were excited about that. Pam from Country Sampler, like so many people, they thought they were just rock stars. And that was cool. Oh, it was cool to see them get so excited. Let me finish one thought before I start another, right? But here's the stand for that needlework thingamajig from Needlework Press. All right, next, oh, and then my new friend, she was also one who collected me. She asked if she could sit with me and Michelle the morning of the retreat started. We were sitting stitching at a table, and she asked if she could join us, and of course we said yes, because the more the merrier. She collected me and let me become her new friend. But I kept, like, this bag, it's perfect, it's amazing, it's gorgeous, and I love it. And she gave it to me, like, her beautiful bag. She was just like, here, I want you to have this. And I about died. Like, how nice. That was, it's my favorite bag. It is so cool. I wonder if I can tell you who made it. Oh, yes, I can. So Much to Love. I get Etsy, maybe. I don't know. Google So Much to Love. Very nice. But in this bag is another new start from Fox and Rabbit. This is, oh, they were a fun one to listen to at Sampler Symposium. Brent is funny, and so is Karen. They're good together. Elizabeth Grice, and I died when I saw this, because again, the model, you die. It is amazing. And do you see those butterflies? They look like flags. That's exactly how the chart was. So it couldn't have been a more perfect chart to receive for this year. And again, like I said, I died. I loved it. So excited about it. I'm stitching it on, I think, 40 count. Yeah, 40 count hog bristle. Not much, but I had to start it because I love it. And it's another one, once I finish my models, this one will hopefully get some good love. And they also gave us all the silks that every video. Oh, that one went far under the couch. They gave us the silks that go with it. So that's cool. What else? Did I? Yes, I talked about that. Let's try and stick to sampler symposium, right? Jennifer, stay on track. Okay. And like I mentioned, Nicola, she puts on a good presentation. She talked to us kind of like about how samplers, they speak to us if we just patiently and quietly listen, just see what the story they have to tell us. She gifted us Margaret Fisher. And this is like, she linked like 8 or so samplers that all have this same red, I think it's a schoolhouse maybe, and this bridge, and kind of told us, you know, about the story. And it was across a bunch of different years. And it's very, and some of them are from different angles or different perspectives, but very neat. And I haven't looked closely enough yet to know if I'm like totally correct, but it's something I'm going to look into. In the red box, I'm not going to tell you that because not everybody has theirs. Anyway, in the red box, we'll stop there. But there's the silks for that. And I think this is pyrite linen to stitch on. But that was fantastic. Just a fun lecture on how, you know, what samplers have to tell us and what their stitchers can tell us from years past. Also with that, she gave us the fabric that she does to make a project bag. And then this thing, you pick, I think you pick, I don't know how many you pick. You pick some of these and you sew them together a certain way. She has a video on it, Nicola does. And you can make a pincushion, a hexy pincushion. So that'll be fun. Oh, and this one was from Queenstown Sampler Design. Jemima Brokaw, I think is how you say that. It's got that wonderful big house, that awesome border. That was fun. And then where we were sitting, we also sat by, we were near Krista Gramer. She does Mondays with Mary. And she gifted me one of her charts, Mary Wright. And I like this one because it's a smaller one that you know you can actually finish, like when you need something to feel accomplished, you know. This one's good for that, and it's nice and colorful. I like that. Oh, Katie Strachan. You know, she's like the queen of fancy. She gifted us, can you even see that? It's white work. White linen, shades of white thread, and it makes this drum. Isn't that, oh, so cool. Like, it's not my typical style at all, but it's so pretty that I'm going to try it. I'm a little bit nervous though, because those are some fancy stitches. We'll see if I can figure them out. She gives very good instructions, so surely I can. What else? Oh, and then we got, you know, floss drops, Stitch and Gem, yellow, and then Stitching Squirrel, her 12 days of Christmas floss drops, a couple of cute little squirrel stickers. I always like getting floss drops because I am always running out. And I know that's not everything we received, but you know, it's the basic gist of it. We also got like a pretty notebook and some other little things that were very, very lovely and nice to receive. Okay, I think that's all about Sampler Symposium. Maybe. Oh, I can show you what I did purchase there. I did good. I didn't purchase much, but I've been dying to stitch Goose. So I finally broke down and bought Goose. I have a GGR chart. I don't even know the name of it. I need to find it now. But I purchased a bunch of Tudor silks to convert it to. the model in the store is stunning. So I kind of tried to match. They didn't have a list of Tudor silks that the model was done in, so I just kind of did my best from what was on the wall to do my own conversion, and I hope it looks as gorgeous as the shop model. I finally bought Fa La La from Scarlet House. Love that one. Another one when you need a quick finish to get it done. This one I bought because every time I go, there's a model there. It's on 56 count that Jean did. Itty bitty teeny tiny. So pretty. Autumn Splendor. So I finally said, you know what? You love it every time. Just stitch it. So I bought it. Then, because I started the model for Jemima Rushford there. I didn't quite like, these are some of the pinks and reds I had taken with me to stitch. I didn't quite like them. So I purchased new silks, colors that I liked better at the store. I needed wood smoke for something I kitted up, but now I have no clue what I kitted up. So I do not know who that belongs to. Sorry. I had to get those silks before it bothered me. And then, if you watch Stitch and Gem, you know that last year she started Anton Ufendel. And then, I don't even remember how far she got, but she is determined to start it back up again. I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, on the 14th of this month. She is going to pick it back up again. So I got influenced to do it with her because I've loved this one since forever. Well, since the first time I saw it. I don't even know when I first saw it. Years ago, probably. Yeah, it's big. It's giant. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I love it. And then this is another one that I've loved. Oh my gosh, I brought 3 Hands Across the Seas. Wishful thinking, but Sarah Milthorpe. I love this one every time I see it too. These cool little things in the corner are what always draw me in. And this one I bought because it's an Irish sampler. And my littlest baby, by 1 whole minute, her name's Ireland, and I have always just loved Ireland. So Irish samplers are something I love. So that is charts and floss that I purchased. And then a fun little story. So if you're in the group Friends of Hands Across the Sea Samplers, she released her birthday's in February. So she released a gift to us for her birthday. And it was 3 charts. And that morning at like 2 in the morning, because I wake up in the middle of the night all the time and I can't sleep. And I was thinking about this sampler I'd seen on one of her floss tubes, like probably a year ago. Honora. And I don't remember the last name, but I remember that first name, Honora. It's a little girl from Ireland stitched it, and it's just a tiny sampler, nothing crazy fancy, just cute. But I wanted it because it's an Irish sampler. But it's one that I think she said she just like gave out a few copies to friends, or she met you at a retreat. Sometimes she would give out a copy, but she hadn't released it. And I was like, well, that's a bummer because I was going to go buy it. But, oh, and so that I was thinking about it again because, you know, I was like, it's been a year. Maybe she's released it. And she hasn't or hadn't. So I almost emailed her asking her, like, would you consider, even if it's PDF only, like, pretty please release Honora because, and, you know, I told her why. I was going to tell her why. Because Ireland and Irish and love it. But I didn't. Instead, I was like, no, don't bother her. She doesn't need your nonsense. So I went back to sleep finally at, like, whatever silly time of the morning. And then at probably 6 a.m., I wake up again and she has the gift ready for download. And one of the 3 charts in that download was Honora. Like, what timing, right? Isn't that the coolest? Just, what do you call those? I don't know. There's like a word for that, but cool is what it was. oh, back to what I purchased. Then I got a bunch of linen. I got some 56 count Duxbury by Fox and Rabbit. I got 46 count Aspen Glow from Cedar River. 46 count Overcast from Cedar River. 46 count light button box from Mason Linen. Love all of these colors. Like, they're all so similar, but just slightly different enough that, like, you know, one might work better than the other. So you gotta have them all. Cedar River Linen Sepia. And then I got this bundle. I wasn't going to because I was like, well, I don't need a whole bunch of greenish linen. But then, like, this one, that's just a pretty, it's almost like grayish green, I would say. Yeah. But they're pretty, so I got this bundle, and it's very, very nice. So I'm going to add those to my stash. And the 56 count Fox and Rabbit I got for a specific chart that I cannot remember now. I should start taking notes in my phone when I do stuff. I noticed when we met Karen and Bren from Fox and Rabbit, she took notes in her phone, and I was like, you're brilliant. Quit pretending you're going to remember all this and just take notes in your phone. So I need to actually start doing that. That's my goal, I guess, for this month. But then also, I don't know, if you follow stories on Instagram and you saw that maybe like 8 months ago, we had a roof leak and our kitchen was just pouring water. It was coming down through the light thingies in the ceiling, around the skylight, down the walls, making bubbles in the wall. It was stressful. So we got a new roof. Then right before we went to Sampler Symposium, I think, it snowed a whole bunch, and I hear drip, 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 and our roof is leaking. And we have a flat top roof. They're annoying, if you know, just, yeah. And not cheap to replace the whole roof. So I'm like, we just paid you guys like 8 months ago. What's the deal? But of course, the company that did it was shady, and they did a bunch of naughty things to a lot of people. So they up and moved to like Wisconsin or Wyoming or somewhere up there. So I'm sorry for you people up there if you have to deal with them. But they're your problem now, not mine. So we hired a different company this time, and they were quick. They got out here, fixed our roof, but then okay, so I'm getting my dates wrong. So it's a while back, like 3 years ago is when the shady company did the roof. Then in January it snowed or something. Or no, in June it rained, and it starts coming down in our kitchen. So we get them out here. Then in January, the snow, and then when it starts to melt, I hear drip, drip, drip in a closet. And it's like a closet where I keep all my linen right close by. And I was like, are you kidding me? You guys just redid our roof like 3 months ago. Can you come out ASAP? So they did, like the next Monday. Like I called them on a Saturday, I think is when it happened. And Monday they were out there doing whatever they do. Hopefully it fixed it. We'll find out when it snows or rains again. But anyway, that's the hard to follow squirrely story of my roof. All brought on by, I ordered these bags because now I'm scared. I'm going to keep all my linen in these Ziploc bags, hang them, and hopefully I feel a little bit better about life and all my linen. So there's that. A little bit more haul. This is just what I've been collecting over the longest time. This is from Guerin Stitchery, Seraphim, Rustic Charm, Guerin Stitchery, Seraphim, Mistletoe Holly, Color and Cotton Chiffon, Color and Cotton Palomino. I like this one a lot. So I got those. I got more thread that I have no clue what they go to. I annoy myself. I bought this fun book. It has stickers and other strange things in it to decorate my book of days, and I really enjoy it. Oh, I ordered a pattern off a D-Stash page. It's a Hands Across the Sea, and I received it forever ago and still haven't opened it because it turns out I already had the pattern, so I'm in no hurry to open that. Like I said, I annoy myself. Okay. Anyway, let's go into these. I think these, I've worked a little bit on these. Please, Jennifer. This one is Threads of Christmas Past. Big, bunch of letters, but super cool. And I got the border, like I could finally cut my fabric now, but I just haven't done it yet. I got the width and the length of the border complete. So I can cut my fabric without fear, unless I counted wrong, of course. But that's where I am on that one. And then I had to put her up to focus on my model. But that one's really fun. And only a few colors of silks. So that's always nice. A super pretty project with not much, not a huge investment required. Then this is Harriet Salt. I had started her the last video, and I think I just got a few more letters put in. And this one I need to figure out, I need to get brave. It's on a yard, and that's just nonsense. So I need to get brave and cut it down. A yard of 46 count dirty teacup, just like tied up because I'm too scared to cut my fabric. Have I mentioned I annoy myself? But that one's like nice when you don't want to, like, you just want to stitch and not have to think about like the colors. It's all red, so it's kind of relaxing. And then this, I believe, is my last whip. I worked a tiny bit more on my, again, need to cut the fabric, Christmas cardinal that I will be releasing hopefully very, very soon. So there's that. What else? And this one, it's not a holiday bag, but it's a red velvet quilts bag. And I really love her bags. I want more. As soon as I win the lottery. Okay, let me see my notes. I guess that's it. And my only real plans, I was going to try and do like, okay, this month I have this plan and I'm only going to work on these. But that did not work well for me. So I have kept up with my planners though, and I just think that's fun to look back on. Like in pink is my new starts, blue is my finishes, and then all the days that are just not highlighted are the days I stitched that month. So that's like my everyday calendar. My book of days is more, I'm using it for like a memories thing. So I've got like my sampler symposium tag. This is a sticker we got in one of the boxes a long time ago, but I finally used it. And again, keeping track of starts, finishes. And here I wrote when we were in Phoenix for sampler symposium. So that's fun. Here I wrote the date that I released Agnes and Sarah. Oh, and then, so, like, I don't know, my mom's just super cool. And so the morning that Bristol released on Monday, I was in class and I see my phone light up. So I walk over there and I look, and she sent me a text that said, if you want to register for Bristol, that she'll keep the girls and go with us again. So I wrote on there that that's when I registered for Bristol. So I'm very, very excited because that one should be good. Again, the lectures make the addicts retreats so amazing. The history and the learning and the knowledge involved in them is top notch. Can't beat it. So it's more like retreats are fun, and this has the fun element of retreats, but it also has like that scholastic element where you're going for the educational value as well. And I really, really appreciate that. Gosh, I have a mess. This is rough. I'm not the most organized person, but this is chaos. Okay, so my plans roughly are I have to keep working on my 2 models. I need to get those out soon. And then I will continue. I don't have a deadline for Jemima Rushford, but I do want to keep working on her because I think she's going to turn out absolutely stunning and magnificent. So I want to keep working on her. At school, I'll continue working on my patriotic pieces that are on the 36 count. And then, I don't know, whatever I work on in between is what I work on. I can't hold myself to plans. It worked for like 2 months. No, not even. It worked for like December. And then January, I was just like, okay, no, I can't. I just want to pick what I want to pick at that moment. And that works much better for me. Antong. I definitely want to start her because it's just set in my mind that I'm going to start Antong, even though she's giant. I've got a million other giant pieces to work on. I need to pick out linen for her. I might do Antong on that 56 count Duxbury. That might look good. That's a big one to do on 56 though. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I got the red box in, and there are 3 charts that I absolutely want to start. 1, because it's so tiny that I know I can finish it. And 2, just because I love them and I really want to stitch them. And that's that, I think. Anything else? I don't believe so. So I guess thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, for liking. It always helps, push my channel out to other people who might like a scatterbrained mess to watch. And until next time, thank you. Bye-bye. Whoops.